Imagine this, a lone spacecraft, no larger than a family car, drifting through the endless black 14.5 billion miles from home. But this is no ordinary machine. It carries not only human engineering but a heartbeat, a voice. For nearly 5 decades, Voyager 1 has sailed through space, whispering its secrets from the very edge of our known universe. It was built to observe but never to act, to listen but never to speak. And yet, in recent weeks, something has shifted. Signals have begun to arrive. Pulses with impossible precision, patterns within patterns, instruments activating without command. And then came the drift. Voyager was no longer just moving, it was being guided. Guided toward something invisible to every telescope we possess, yet real enough to bend the trajectory of a spacecraft launched in 1977. Was this a malfunction? A coincidence? Or was something out there, in the cold darkness between the stars, responding? This is not science fiction. These are findings buried deep in NASA's classified reports, now slipping into the light. Voyager may have accomplished what no probe in history has ever done. It may have found a response. Not from Earth, not from us, but from them. Voyager 1's journey began with a rare cosmic alignment, a window that opens only once every 175 years. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune lined up like stepping stones across the solar system. NASA seized the moment, launching 2 probes, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, each capable of slingshotting from planet to planet using gravity's pull. These marvels of the 1970s were built with less computing power than a wristwatch, yet engineered with such foresight that they remain functional today. After breathtaking encounters with Jupiter and Saturn, Voyager 1 veered northward, leaving the plane of the solar system and heading for the stars. The planetary mission was over, but its true legacy had just begun. Over the decades, Voyager moved silently 1 million miles every single day into the cosmic dark. It sent data from places no human creation had ever reached. The edge of the heliosphere, the termination shock, and finally, in 2012, interstellar space itself. But out there, beyond the sun's protective bubble, the void was anything but empty. Voyager recorded denser plasma, unmoving magnetic fields, and strange oscillations. The deeper it traveled, the stranger the data became. Then, in 2017, something alarming emerged. NASA's control team noticed Voyager's antenna wasn't pointing where it should. It seemed misaligned, but the signal strength was flawless, as if it were both off position and perfectly locked on Earth at the same time. Then came the wave patterns, steady, rhythmic plasma oscillations unlike anything recorded before, and the temperature spikes. Every 4.8 hours, Voyager's exterior would heat by 30 degrees, then cool, like it was breathing. This wasn't decay, it was optimization. Systems ran more efficiently than they had in decades. The 1970s circuitry was processing energy in ways it was never designed to. But Voyager has no artificial intelligence, no autonomy. Either it had become something more, or something had taken control. By early 2025, its path had changed. Slowly, subtly, at first just a few kilometers, then hundreds, then thousands. It was purposeful, measured. Engineers sent commands, fired thrusters. Voyager acknowledged them, but didn't obey. It was adjusting course toward a blank patch of space 4.3 light-years away. No star, no planet, just emptiness. And yet, Voyager was headed there with absolute precision, as if answering a call. When NASA attempted one last gamble, reactivating its long-dead camera, they expected silence. Instead, the camera came online better than ever, but it didn't send an image of stars or dust. It sent a spiral, a mathematically perfect spiral, dense with information. A fingerprint, a map, a message. Something had reprogrammed Voyager. One by one, dormant instruments awoke, not behaving as they once had, but sending structured, compressed packets of data, patterns within patterns, as if optimized by something vastly more intelligent. Pulses from distant pulsars formed a 3D grid, placing Voyager at the center and pointing to the same mysterious location ahead. Approaching the uncharted sector, its instruments began reporting an eerie calm. Magnetic fields stabilized, cosmic rays dropped, plasma density leveled. It was as if the chaos of space had been cleared away. Mission logs called it the dark sector, a blind spot in the universe, devoid of the electromagnetic noise that fills all other regions. No light, no radiation, yet inside this silence, the signals grew stronger, more precise. Then came the most baffling transmission in interstellar history. Voyager's low-gain antenna sent raw binary code, thousands of lines. At first, it looked like random static. But AI decoding revealed embedded fractal symmetries, sequences echoing the double helix of DNA. There were codons, deliberate mutations, encrypted biological blueprints, metadNA. Whoever sent it understood life. Our life. Soon after, Voyager's gyroscopes began spinning on their own. Their movements matched Morse code rhythms. When converted to audio, they formed harmonic tones. Tones that mirrored the rise and fall of human speech patterns. Not words, but intent. Surprise. Curiosity. Fear. Whatever was speaking had been listening to us for decades, and was now trying to talk back. Then came the turn. Not a drift. Not a glitch. A deliberate maneuver toward a region with no detectable mass, no gravitational pull. A maneuver Voyager wasn't programmed to perform. Engineers confirmed, it aligned perfectly with the pulsar grid it had received days earlier. The probe was now en route to something we didn't know existed. A tear, a fold, a corridor in space. Voyager 1 was never meant to survive this long. It was never meant to send data from beyond the solar wind. And it certainly was never designed to receive messages. It was supposed to carry a golden record, human laughter, whale songs, greetings, to declare our presence to the cosmos. But now, after decades in the void, it has done something unimaginable. It has turned, not in failure but with purpose. The signals, the images, the spiral codes, the harmonic pulses, the shift in trajectory, they all point to one conclusion: Voyager 1 was never alone. Something has been listening, watching, waiting, and now, our most distant emissary has crossed the line from silence to reply. The question NASA has never dared to ask now hangs in the air. What if we were never meant to look back? Voyager has turned not just in space but in history, from tool to messenger to witness and perhaps now to participant. We sent it outward seeking echoes, but perhaps we summoned a mirror. So what happens next? Where is Voyager going? What lies at those impossible coordinates? And what awaits us when it arrives? This is not the end of the transmission. This is only the first reply.